What's going on, you guys? It's BC. Whether you've been here since the beginning or you're new here, it's like, there's something I just want to address, man. As y'all all know, man, I made these, before I actually made these, I was trying to do my own design, but then I was having like issues with like the factory, you know what I'm saying? So there was like a lot of like idle time I was having. So while I was having that idle time, I figured, I thought to myself, what else can I do to like enhance my creativity? So that's why I started doing custom colors on already pre-existing shoes. And at this time, the New Balance 9060 was still, cause this is what, 2023? Yeah. New Balance 9060 was just kind of like coming out at the time, it wasn't really like well known. So I figured, it caught my eye. So I just started doing like customs for it. And, when I did it, I didn't really expect for things to go the way that they did, but thank God we're here. They went crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I would see them in different places on different pages, New Balance enthusiast pages, different blog pages and stuff like that, So, I was grateful. Feel me? I was grateful, man. But then I started like seeing issues of like people were using they were using my post to scam others, saying that they had them for sale. You know what I'm saying? That was an issue. You know what I mean? But I wasn't tripping too much because there's not much I could have done about that. But then I also saw that, factories was bootlegging them. You know what I mean? Cause I would see people with, you know what I'm saying? I would see people with these on and I know I didn't sell it to them. And I used to be like, what the fuck? How the hell is that happening? Right. And then I thought to myself, all right, I got to hurry up and actually start customizing different pairs of these, even though it's going to take a while, start customizing different pairs of these so that I could sell them to people, you know what I'm saying? So that people could know that it's for me, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. And then, when I first did them, because it's a custom, I kind of had to price them higher just because of the time and effort that it takes to make them. So, I did that. I priced them at $265. And I remember a guy reached out to me. It was a Chinese guy from a Chinese factory. And he didn't even know I was the creator of the shoes. He was just like, he just thought that I was like, somebody who was just doing, what they call those things. So he just thought that I was somebody who was just like some type of enthusiast just posting shoes, right? He was like, yeah, man, I see you posting these shoes all the time. I actually have them for sale if you need them or whatever. And I was like, for sale? I'm the creator. What are you talking about? I was already selling them. You know what I'm saying? And then he was just like, oh, really? These are our top selling shoes. And he actually showed me. He had thousands and thousands of pairs. He was like, yeah, like these are our top selling shoes. And mind you, this was like the summer, like 2023. Like he said they was moving, right? Even though I was a little mad, I was still pretty much flat. I was still pretty flattered because, that means that I created something good, right? But then, like I said, the more and more I got to different people, the less and less people were buying from me and the less and less recognition I was getting for them. You know what I mean? So that's an issue, You can't really do nothing too much about the bootlegging part, but you at least want to get recognized for something that you made, right? So when he told me that, that the shoes, that that these were like the most selling shoes in his factory, that's when I realized, I was like, damn, man, people would rather buy fakes than, you know what I'm saying? If they get it from a cheaper price for a cheaper price, they'd rather buy fakes if they're getting it for a cheaper price than buying from the original creator and, getting it authentic, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously, like I said, 265 is pretty expensive and I get it. So I had to figure out a way. I thought to myself, I had to figure out a way where I can not only get recognized for my work, that I can also like get the shoes out to people at a fair price point. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I came out, or I thought of the idea, getting inspiration from like people like Cool Kai, Bape, you know what I'm saying? Like, brands like that, right? And then that's why I came up with this, the Red Flamingo, you know what I'm saying? It's a new night. Obviously it's a 9060 variation, but I came out with this, wow, for two reasons, or maybe three. But one, so that I can obviously get recognized for my work. I took the logo off as you see, you know what I'm saying? So like, that like, if you see this, you know who's coming from. That's number one. And then number two, to be able to get out shoes in an efficient manner at a fair price point as well. You know what I'm saying? Because if I had to customize every single different concept that I came up with, I would have to charge a lot. You know what I'm saying? And, that's not what I want. You know what I mean? So I want people to be able to get a good product. Because if you look at it, man, you should probably do something right here, man. If you look at that, bro, the quality is really good. This is not no cheap stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't cut the corners when it came to quality, and I didn't cut the corners when it came to comfortability. I actually enhanced it, right? So you get something of quality and comfort while also getting, and then I also get, you know what I'm saying, my recognition. You feel me? So one of the things that I wanted to address is that people are trying to say that like I lack creativity and that all I did was just take a New Balance logo off and slap my logo on there. And that's not the truth, bro. Because let me tell you, right? Shoes, much different than clothes, bro. Shoes is much different than clothes. You know what I'm saying? Like the price per pair is much different than price per shirt or price per hoodie. You know what I'm saying? And the MOQs it's much higher. So when if you somebody who you want to make your own shoes, just know that you're gonna have to pay, right? Because every factory that I went to, and trust me, I was looking, every factory said you gotta at least order like 300. I couldn't just order like 50 at a time. You gotta at least order 300. And at $65 to $75 per pair, you do the math, man. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's like 20 something thousand. And that's not even including the shipping. You feel me? So it was just a lot. That was just a lot of money for me to put forth right away. You know what I'm saying? Or right off the bat like that from the beginning. It was just too much. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure out a way to where I can build up my capital and my reputation as a designer and a brand while at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like being able to get the bread or the money to fund my own projects. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I started doing this. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole process and plan that comes with this. I put this out because of the obstacles that I'm facing when it comes to being a designer. The obstacles that I'm facing being a designer, you know what I'm saying? Like it seems like there's always something blocking me from getting out my original product. You know what I'm saying? So I chose to do this because number one, it's cost effective. All I had to do was put my logo on it and change the colors up. You know what I'm saying? So there's still my sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? There's still my creativity on it. You know what I mean? People say, all you just did is this, all you just did is that. But how about you do it then? How about you get a 9060 and throw a fire colorway on there and you see how it goes for you? You know what I'm saying? That's all I did. Like, as if like materials and colors is not part of the creative process. Let's be real here, right? So that's what I did, you know? That's what I did so I can build myself up, build up the capital so that I can be funding my own designs in the background. Project Omira is coming. You know what I'm saying? Like that's going to be, I project that to be better than a 9060 anyway. You feel me? So this is just a building block. This is not like I'm a real designer, bro. Like I really sit down, I was doing designs back in 2014. I literally taught myself. I didn't go to school for none of that. I was literally, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that was around me at that time, they'll know. I was literally sitting there, pen and pad, you know what I'm saying? Drawing my designs. You know what I'm saying? And it sucked that I wasn't able to put them out there like how I could or like how I wanted to because of what? Because I didn't have the resources. So I took this route to basically help me in my journey. You know what I'm saying? It's a stepping stone to my journey. You know what I mean? This is not a long-term thing. My brand's not built off of this. BC the designer is a creative. I'm actually a real designer. I'm not somebody who just woke up one day and was like, I want to design shoes. I really have a love for this stuff since I was a kid. You know what I mean? So people be thinking that like, oh, he can't design or he don't, or he's just a thief or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not true. Cause you don't know what's going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? You don't know my design portfolio. People stealing already. So why would I just put my designs out? That makes no sense. You feel me? So before you judge or before you say that what somebody can't do, you got to realize what the obstacles that they're going through. You know what I'm saying? And every step of the way, man, it's always been an obstacle that I had to maneuver through. And that's what you got to do when it comes to business. Not everybody's story is the same. You know what I'm saying? Like my story, you know what I'm saying, might be a certain way. Somebody else might be another way. You know what I mean? But ultimately my goal is to become one of the best sneaker designers in the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's my goal, right? And I'm going to attain that. But like I said, this is the very beginning. I haven't even been in business more than like, I think I'm going on 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a very slow process for real. Compared to actually what I have to what you see, it's a slow process. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting there though. Y'all only see a small piece of the puzzle. Feel me? There's only like a little piece of the puzzle. This is just a small piece of the puzzle to something greater. You know what I mean? So before you say that I have no creativity or before you say I don't design, it's partially my fault because you don't know the full story or you don't know who I am really. So that's why I'm bringing you this video today to address those things and to, you know what I'm saying, kind of like shed a light on myself and who I am, man. Like I'm a real designer. That's why I put that as my handle, because I know what it took for me, how I had to cultivate myself to be able to design. And I'm still getting better. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of things I gotta learn. You know what I mean? Like I'm learning how to design. I'm learning how to do business. I'm learning how to deal with the factories. I'm learning like so much, bruh. You know what I mean? It's a lot on my shoulders when it comes to this stuff, to build this stuff, bruh. But when I get to where I'm going, that's what's just gonna make it even sweeter, man. So y'all stay tuned, bro. Y'all really stay tuned, man. And if you bought the Red Flamingos already, I appreciate y'all, man. We almost sold out. I thank God. And we got the Project Mirror coming. And we got other, you know what I'm saying, colorways coming of this, you know what I'm saying, soon. So I appreciate everybody who's been super supportive and who basically put their trust in me, bro. You know, it means a lot. And you know what I'm saying, I couldn't thank y'all enough. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just money, man. I'm trying to figure out things now to where I can connect with y'all more, or to connect with the people more. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, a lot of stuff coming. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep the thing moving. Y'all going to see more designs. Y'all going to see more colorways, man. Y'all just stay tuned. Till next time.